Then what would you really expect when the world is in danger once again, Gintama doing its usual thing, and putting two different aspects together. One, a story about a parody of a franchise, and the other, one that we can, probably most of us, relate to. Reconnecting with someone that we once thought lost. But they didn't really give us time to recover from the previous arc. I doubt there's going to be much downtime. Let's continue. This story of reopening the dojo, starting again, something that we were teased at almost 260 episodes ago. I mean, in those many episodes, Shinpachi has had a few episodes kind of centered around himself, but they're mostly at his own expense. And even if it doesn't quite work out, at least we've got a bit of a resolution on it. I don't know who would actually want to be a student, though. Even one with a metal stomach couldn't handle Otoe's cooking. How splendid of a name. Who would have thought of something like that? But the thing is, would the rest of the galaxy stand idly by when they're doing this? The thing is he cognizant of what is going on, or is he just a cog in the machine kind of thing? That just looked like a 40k box art ripoff. And got him his breakfast as well. I think he's playing it off. How much of him is still in control? Without killing him? Whether or not they're actually capable of handling it? It's out of the question now. She was overhearing. Everyone you see. I mean, they effectively stopped the idiot. Are they just making huge armor? Oh, it's money. Somehow I think they're just trying to keep busy. Hotter. I mean, even though it's, yeah, he's got a mechanical body, part of it is still human. How is he able to just sit through that? Unless the metal parts used kind of act as a big heat sink. He might just be very effective at using it. It will likely perish. Although if like the beam cannon is in his arm, can you just remove the arm? He's not really hiding it. The fact that he could tell that at a glance of just when she walked up. Should you really be getting a good look at that? Well, as long as you don't try to get a load of cybernetics to keep up. Whereas Shinpachi has a bunch of friends and family around him. So, returning home has been a dream for him. Unfortunately, probably going to get cut short with this arc. And would the mechanic be able to reverse engineer what's keeping him alive and create like a backup? Well, at least just to say goodbyes and all that. They do have the same kind of relationship with Shinpachi, don't they? The thing is, the longer you leave it, it's just going to get harder. So he was fully aware that his time was running out. That's even worse than not realising. He didn't give much time. That sword didn't look like it actually pierced anything. Ah, I was wrong. He's got to... Hang on, the bath is still quite hot. Gintoki is being the bad guy, pushing through it while the others wouldn't have the confidence to carry it through. Ah, he's already dead. Let go. Even though Gintoki himself has been at the centre of some emotional segments. I do hope this kind of gives Shinpachi a bit more growth. He's like a perverted old man rather than a big brother. Who was that? Oh. So that was what the change of eyes was. So Gintoki's still taking it on himself as being the one for everyone to hate, even though he's protecting them all. Yeah, he's only got about 400 more. They would go after him themselves. One person versus the world? Yeah, they'd probably aim to save the world. Is that going to get him to think a little there? After everything that they've been through together. Who else was... And yet he still went in by himself. They're kind of happy where they are. Are they here to ransack the place and drag him out if he was there? It's good that the Shinsengumi are here then. He thought that far ahead. While Gintoki himself faces a life and death battle. This is quite a cool battle scene. I'm not sure how the sword and the beam saber would really interact with each other. He's here to destroy the machine, not the man. But like we've been told several times, it's keeping him alive, so I don't see a way for this Obi-Wan to actually pull through in the end. That would get the point across. Because he knew what it was doing to you? An interesting battle this time, rather than just pure all-in-out strength. She was asking for more time. I wonder where he is. I think anyone would be able to find their battle spot right now. How? I mean, they've got friends in space, but who would be able to sneak on board? Kondo Cube. So, what started as rivals, they're now working towards trying to save him. Nice hair. The fact that he worked all of this out in advance. Or maybe it's just Gintoki going along with things that just happened to work out. Wait for the right moment. Yep, just start drop kicking, I'm sure you'll be fine. Score a field goal. But Gintoki, it won't take long for everything to go back to how it was. Couldn't you have had this talk before coming here? It's nice when stalkers band together. Now, what's going to happen first? One of the two being beaten back, or Shinpachi and whatnot actually getting there? We're not going to quickly forget about that previous arc of his sister. Now it's a battle of siblings. Oh. You say nobody. But this is Gintoki we're talking about. Even if they could, I'm not sure the little green dudes would want to help. Or even give you any information on how to do it. And is this... shocking. Is this where Shinpachi arrives? And he threw away his card of pretending to be the lovable big brother. So you need to check your surroundings before declaring your intent. It's not the first time we've had a character with kind of two separate personalities. This one's slightly different, of course, but so is the one where Toshiro had the curse. But did the... Sure, the aliens had those... a big world-destroying cannon and everything, but Earth still has a space fleet to intercept them. Did they only bring one ship? The movie again. I'm sure the pixelators had a field day doing this. Better than Condor's crotch all the time, at least. It's always going to be slightly emotional when a storyline like this pulls everyone to work together, even after trying to tear them apart. Gintoki taking on the role of the bad guy once again, but surprisingly, only took about 10 minutes to resolve it and everyone to work out, oh, hang on. But also because Gintoki didn't have the previous attachment to him, he could see through the murderous intent in the bath. But also, since the mechanics seemed to be able to imbue that sword with interference, what else can he build? I suppose they don't go to him more often for some of his wacky inventions. But unlike the previous episode, I think even if they do try to get the dojo back together into its full state of having students and whatnot, maybe not follow down the line of the beam saber classes. might be setting a bad precedent. And where did Gintoki find all the time to go around asking everyone for help, laying his head on the ground, and still catch up to Obi-Wan and find out where he was, intercept before anything worse happened? I'm kind of glad though, because with the advent of beam sabers, giant energy hands, and a sword master coming back, if it didn't end off in a big fight, predominantly showing Gintoki and maybe a bit of Shinpachi as well, I'd be disappointed. But if you really did enjoy this, you're probably in for a good time, because there's going to be more. Whether or not that includes Kyubey and Kondo somewhat toning down their desires after this, we don't actually know. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments section, maybe even like the video, and if you think I've done a good job here, consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel as well. But for now, take a nice hot bath. See you in the next one.